Welcome to Tran wins State of Decay, Lifeline. Today is May 12th, 2018, and I'm getting ready for State of Decay 2, which is coming out later this week for people who ordered the Ultimate Edition. That's me. And I guess you could consider me a State of Decay fan. I have the original game and the Year 1 Special Edition, which is what we're on now. I did play basically a speed run of the Year 1 Special Edition, what do you call it? Normal game, and I didn't even get the 15 survivors achievement. So that's how much I rushed. I think it took me maybe 8 hours or so to do it. I can probably do Lifeline. I can do Lifeline in about 5 hours, but that's not what I'm going to do. Because there's actually a lot of extra text in the game that you could easily miss because you're pretty much on a time crunch between sieges. So I'm going to I really thought about this. I timed myself and tried to run through it as fast as possible in the normal version. So you'll see me unlock achievements this time around.
Stay back. We will open fire.
All right. Diplomacy's over, fuckers.
Greyhound 1 to Doghouse. We've got over a dozen hostiles here. We need orders. Doghouse!
Whoa, slag in there. So anyways, yeah, I was trying to get the assault weapon, but for some reason it doesn't always register that I'm pressing Q on it. I don't know why, and yes, I know how to press Q. I do understand why people would, for example, or be hesitant to buy the game again. And that I know that's might be why some people aren't jumping on State of Decay 2 as soon as it appears.
That is how you slay a zombie.
You realize these were people, right?
Emphasis on word.
Greyhound 1 to Doghouse. We're still here. We had to abandon our vehicle.
Medevac is ready to go, but right now, Greyhound 2 is busy fucking up my LZ. Get over there and secure that extraction point. We're not going to be rescuing anybody if we can't even land a damn helo. Doghouse out.
It means that maybe people will be watching me instead of playing the game.
How you doing, Kilo?
I didn't join the army to shoot Americans, man.
Americans? I think we canceled their passports when they joined the living dead.
It's not like they were recruited, Vince. They fucking died. So keep that trash-talking bullshit up your ass where it belongs.
Somebody's got something up his ass.
Private Vincent, do you think the end of the world needs wise asses or soldiers?
Soldiers, man.
Well, if you see one, you let me know.
Alright, so these zombies are danger zone zombies, so they're a little bit different than normal zombies. As long as you're not really in a danger zone, they generally don't attack you.
Not sure that's a good idea.
I was hitting the wrong button, because it has been about a year since I last played. I had to reconfigure the keys to what I think they used to be.
Watch the front.
So I say usually, but that chick's already heading over. So anyways, yeah, I wouldn't be able to read all those things. Here, let me go and show off something too. I don't know if I showed this off earlier. So doing that, you can easily build up wits in Year 1 Special Edition, but not in the
Watch the front.
see if I can do it this way. Oh darn it! Ended up shoving him instead. I wasn't lined up exactly with him. I think I attacked too early. He didn't get a chance to actually attack me. So I'm pretty sure that in the beginning of the original playthrough of this game, original recorded playthrough of this game, I was talking about how stealth kills always seem to be a little weird. That's because it's exactly based off of your orientation and their orientation. So let me use this as an example here. So for example, if this car was an enemy, then as long as I'm facing away from it, I can stealth attack it. But if I was behind it, say like this, but not facing the same orientation, I'd end up shoving it instead. Oh, apparently here's some zombies. So
Now finish the job.
I was trying to do it there, but I didn't quite get it. It will take me a little bit of time to practice and get back into the full swing of things. So anyways, I did say I was going to read these. So, all personnel ordered to return to base. Whatever this is, it hit most of North America in no time at all. What kind of plague does that? I keep hearing that Air Force One went down last night, but Colonel Peel won't confirm or deny. The men keep asking me who's in charge, and I'm running out of good answers. Colonel Peel just chewed me out regarding poor discipline. Tried to ask what the men are supposed to do with no assignment and no contact with family, but as usual, he just screamed at me. Technically speaking, I'm still leading a company, call sign Greyhound, but with casualties and desertions, it's barely above platoon strength. Yesterday, Peel's ordered us into Danforth tomorrow to exfil some VIP. I'm looking forward to being useful again, rather than just getting yelled at by the colonel. And then here's just the stuff I did. This was the headshots I did with focus aim. We encountered a serious highway blockage on the way into Danforth, and on the other side, zombies. Tons of them. We've survived our first encounter, but we've got a lot further to go before we can rest, much less find this VIP that Colonel Peel ordered us to exfil. And then, no pain, no gain. And some of these are just like, based off of my events, and some of them are actually storyline ones that you may not notice when you're playing the game in a hurry. Hawks. It won't actually let me click on it. Alright, well, I'll just keep it on there. Transferred to military police stateside after being cleared of a friendly fire incident. Never wanted to hold the lives of our fellow soldiers in her hands again. Now all bets are off. Kilo. That's the guy who wasn't doing smack talk. Worked with Major Hawks for the past 5 years, and has been her most trusted colleague and advisor. Has 3 daughters back in Hawaii. Vince. Didn't survive a hurricane in Louisiana to be killed by this stuff. Last in the face of disaster, because what else can you do? All the soldiers have basic training. Okay, but then you have some specific things. So back to Hawks. Went through the intensive training in marksmanship and decision-making that defines a qualified sniper. And commanded this entire operation in a base Black Friday. Made a bad call in the heat of battle that cost lives. Was never officially blamed for the incident, but can't let go of it. Has become extra cautious as a result. So he's got this basic training, which says, went through the same training gauntlet that shapes every new soldier. Comes out with essential combat and survival skills, and the ability to jog all day carrying a full pack. A dependable person who can step outside of a situation and make the right call without getting too emotionally involved. Got every imaginable shot while traveling in the Pacific. No disease is going to get by this immune system. Has been out of contact with spouse and kids since the outbreak began. Constantly deal with frayed nerves and intrusive thoughts. Spent years training in a variety of martial arts disciplines. Benefits as much from the training in self-calming and meditation as from the combat. Can't resist the urge to crack a joke even at the least appropriate times. Can be a lot of fun, but can also annoy other people. Lived on the Gulf Coast as a child, and spent months as a refugee from a terrible hurricane. Learned to be smart and self-sufficient. Alright. At this, I'll make a little caption that says when you can skip that timer. I'll go ahead and take like the occasional ramp, but not all of them, because it's very easy in this game to make your car flip over. Alright, so normally you don't want to do is fast searches, but in some cases it can be fine. Now, when you're driving on this highway, zombies do just spawn out of thin air. It's weird. They really do just spawn out of thin air, and I've seen it. I've got it on recorded on footage too, where there'll be like no zombie literally there, and then like while I'm looking in that direction, zombies just appear. Generally 3. So anyways, I don't normally do fast search, but like if it's just one thing, you could do it and just hop in your car right afterwards. Like that zombie spawn, but that was from me. I'll go ahead and stick around and fight, even if it's just the one too, so it's not a big deal. Where'd the other guy go? Oh, he's still here. Let me see if I can get him unstuck. So I can beat this game in maybe 5 hours, but I don't think it'll make for the best viewing. So I've decided I'm going to go ahead and loot the place. One of the things that I missed, maybe the first 2 or 3 times I played Lifeline to get the endings, was it goes through and tells you little context notes in the game, but you're not noticing those when you're actually playing if you're busy running from point A to point B. So I'll try to do those. Try to open up my journal and read those, and to do that I'm going to need to be a little bit more powerful before we actually start the timer. I'm the most boring player ever, and panicking is a good way to die in a zombie apocalypse. For example, maybe you get bit by a zombie in this game and then you forget that you have snacks and health items. Alright, so here's kind of the layout of Lifeline. This is not in Trumbull Valley, but instead another location called Danforth. Here's where your base is, and you only get the one home base. Now, your first mission is going to take you down here, and once you do your first mission and bring that person, the exfiltration down here to the landing zone, that's when your timer begins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this area first, and then I'm going to go here and start that mission, but stay away from there. So that's what I'll be doing. Also, one thing I like to do when I do my Lifeline plays, I think I did this like maybe the first and second time I played Lifeline, but not every time, is I'd like to move these cars out of the way. I don't know why, I just do. I guess I'm very, very organized that way. Now, I don't want to drive over my buddies, even if you don't hit them. If they roll and end up getting counted as hurt, I think they may have lessened that a little bit in Lifeline, but it's still something to be concerned about. So this will be a good chance for me to build cardio as well. Now, obviously, I'm not going to keep all the footage, or I'm not going to publish all the footage of me just doing all the stuff before I begin the mission. Now, I've actually let go of the control or the keyboard at this point. That's something that's weird about State of Decay, and so if you notice I'm like continually running past my objective, that's that taking place. And if you ever leave your allies behind, like because he can't get in the car, it just tells you to go back to them, and he'll stay right there until yeah, and just sort of warp around there. It's good. So that lane just travels back to the bridge I came from. This will be another car I'd move. So I'm obviously not going to show you all the cars I'm going to move. So if there's jumps, that's probably all it is. I'm going to try to play this in one sitting, but I am starting late at night, so I might not be able to do that in one sitting. Additionally, I have a guild battle. If I hit V, that's when my guy's getting out. Additionally, I have a guild battle later tonight in a Chinese online RPG. I've got it's going to happen in maybe an hour or something. See, also I was holding A at this time. For some reason, he wanted to turn right. I don't know why I'm not even holding D. Just the control scheme is really funky. I can't explain it. Now, you will always want to be careful holding your door open or flinging it open, because if you crash your door into something, you end up losing the door. So I'm not worried about the zombie climbing in and hurting him, because I've never seen them do anything other than fall off the car. Now, if you want to get Maverick, you can. This is like an easy place you can do it. Climb in here, and they won't spawn anywhere you're looking. They always spawn behind you. So that's something to bear in mind. That's one way you can do it, but there is a safer place. If I do show it, it's going to be me fighting to make it happen. Campsite resources unknown. I don't see any resources. That's the thing. Now, generally, you want to have your trunk if you're playing either. Okay, the game just freaked out there. Probably loading something. So, anyways, that zombie sounded like he was right behind me. So, anyways,
Clear.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, if you have the Lifeline DLC, so you either bought the vanilla game and then the DLC, or you bought the Year 1 Special Edition, you'll be able to put things in the back of your trunk like I was doing. In fact, I probably will destroy some of these things here. I probably won't keep them all. Like I don't really want this shotgun, so I'll probably destroy it. I don't really want this rifle either. So what I might do is, let's see here, let's go and reload gun. It does use. I do need an achievement for shotguns, actually, for incendiary rounds. So if there's jumps about like me facing inventory, generally what I do in my games is I edit out loading screens and inventory management. When I do the State of Decay 2 playthrough, I'm probably just going to do what's basically like a long play, and not worry about editing out the loading screens or any of that stuff, because I really just want to get that content out there. I'm behind. I've got multiple series running at this point that I haven't been concluded. Dragon Quest Heroes 2. I finished recording at least the first ending of it. I haven't done post game. I haven't powered myself up and gotten the other ending I haven't redone the final boss like I wanted to. I haven't finished the recording of Dynasty Warriors. I haven't finished the recording, and when I say recording, I haven't finished playing Ni no Kuni 2, so I'm like really behind, but like there are all these games that keep coming up that I'm looking forward to, so
Nice.
I'm gonna put the suppressor on this one. Can I use that? There we go. If there's a jump like that, that's me moving the cars around.
Watch the front.
Getting in and out of cars is a good way to attract zombies, but I don't think it spawns zombies. So if doing that is, for example, flushing out the zombies from the gas station, that might be something worth thinking about if you didn't really want to fight. Bashing doors is a great way to fight. Open up a fight.
Finish it off!
Actually, I don't know why I'm hitting the points. I can't secure any zone until I've uncovered my base. So what we'll probably do is I'll probably edit out this entire foraging section here. Unless something special, unless something cool happens, you probably won't. There'll probably be a jump to the next section. So you can see them; they're heading over to that black pickup truck I drove in. And since I have brought another car, I don't have to even worry about it. Now that being said, I did leave stuff in there, so I will be heading back to that car. But it is something to think about.
Clear.
Heading to your car is a good way to make sure you don't get ambushed when you enter a building. It's like, for example, there's no zombies bumping against this door, so either they're waiting for me inside, like against the wall, and on the floor, or there are no active roaming zombies. Zombies that are on the floor or against the wall take a little bit more effort to lure out. And this artillery site here, you will lose the ability to do all these nifty radio, or these interesting radio commands. You lose the ability. This artillery site here allows you to do these kind of things, but I mean, it's not that big a deal, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. When you're trying to move quickly through the game, you don't actually and you've played the game more than once. You tend not to worry about doing the surveys, but
Let's have a look around.
since I am going for the full recording of, or since I am going for a big playthrough of this, I might as well. Also, when I was doing the speedrunning of it, I let all the citizens die, and I got to read messages I didn't get to normally see. Because I normally rescue them all. Yeah, I would personally take the Dynasty Warriors 9 or Dynasty Warriors 9
I'm
version
done
of
scouting
spinning
for now.
around in circle to manually pointing out those things. That's one way you can tell it's year 1 special edition is women will slide down ladders like that when doing sprint mode. Now I gotta wait for the guys to catch up to me. As long as I don't drive off too far, they'll still keep trying to navigate to me.
Watch the front.
See, those zombies were nowhere nearby when I was driving around earlier. Like, I'm not gonna show you all the stuff I was doing earlier, but I was randomly walking around and now they just all spawn. No. Now someone was asking me why I like blunt weapons. That's because you can hit more than one zombie at a time. And think of it like a weaker version of the heavy weapon, but not nearly as fast as the edge weapon. So it's basically your in-between weapon. It's not in any way fantastic, but there's no major drawbacks to it either. If you were planning on going edged weapon, then at least do consider using blunt weapons until you start leveling up edged specialization. Because without the decapitation ability, you'll have a little bit of trouble with edged. May not have enough room for everything in here. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. Alright, so I've explored everything in this region except for that right there. We're gonna go ahead and report the base. I didn't actually need to flag that, I just did that for, so that you could see where I was heading. We're gonna go ahead and report the base. If I see cars along the way, I'll go ahead and move them. Once I get to base, I'll probably stop the recording and do some basic upkeep of the game. That'll also give me time to do my guild battle as well, where I'll be like paused for an hour. This blue car is actually how I tell where I am. Yeah, he's always weird about it. This blue car is actually how I generally tell that I'm approaching the exit that leads to the base. So, I'll probably leave it around. Oh, that's one way to get across. That's one way to get to your spot. Come, ladies and gentlemen, State of Decay. I was hoping to move that blue car, but I'll go ahead and help out. Now, you don't actually need to help out. The AI should be able to take care of it.
That's a breach to the north gate. Contact east.
I'm out of gas.
Now, you want to get rid of your allies' shotguns as fast as possible, because that's pretty much all they end up doing is shooting the zombie in the chest, which achieves nothing. Sometimes the camera pans to the sky when you sneak attack people like that.
Greyhound 2, I thought we lost you.
You never call, you never write.
It's just the two of us now. I don't even know what happened to my comms. Everything went down so fast.
This whole mission is messed up.
We dug in here like they said, but these bastards got in anyway.
Greyhound 1, I show you're at the LZ. Finally, I got a helo en route. Get on the road and pick up that high-value asset before we have to go wheels up.
Roger, you have our position. Tell the bird to land inside the fence and get the doctor on board.
Roger that. Maybe one thing will go right today. Doghouse out.
Okay, at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording, and I'll turn on shared mode. Now, share is a little weird in that it has been corrupting some of the files, so I've set it to shorter 5-minute bursts. I plan on having Lifeline finished by Friday. When we reached the LZ, we found it under attack by waves of Zeds. Greyhound 2 was holding up, but they weren't going to make it on their own. We've secured the LZ, for now, but we've had reports that the zombies are coming out of the city in waves. It won't be long before the pressure builds again, and they attack. We need to fortify this position. We've met up with what remains of our second squad. They were sent in to prep the LZ, but came under a heavy attack by zombies. They lost their comms officer and several others, but Bella held things together until we got there. Bella Christian is the leader of Greyhound 2, serving under my command.
Nice. Watch the front.
That's all to see this time.
Intermittent civilian radio signals picked up from Trumbull Valley. Could be a provisional government asserting control of the situation. That section was a small corrupted 5-minute video. Don't know why it got corrupted. Welcome back to Tran Wins State of Decay Lifeline. It is now 2 a.m. I think I started at 10 p.m. So we are now finally going to do the doctor mission and finally get my game saved. I've been worried this whole time the game is going to crash or my computer's going to freeze. So let's get this done.
That used to be a helicopter?
I've seen worse.
Greyhound 1 to Doghouse. We're at the objective. The helo is a wreck. No visual on the asset. I want headshots on all tangos, standing or otherwise. Confirm that our asset isn't one of them.
Heads up, that's under 6.
We should do one more sweep. Clear. Can't do it. Can't do it. Don't let it get up!
I have enough influence, so that's not it.
Can't do it.
I have enough outposts. I'm just not allowed to do it during this mission. I always intended to make this an outpost so I could get my stuff back. But if I can't, I guess I'll just make that workshop over there an outpost.
guys were soldiers. You still think this is funny, Vince?
No, Sergeant. No way.
Doghouse to Greyhound 1. We're showing that asset is not at your position.
Confirmed, sir. No one here matches the ID. Alive or dead.
Well then, expand your search to the surrounding buildings.
Yes, sir. Greyhound 1 out. Listen up. We're gonna search these structures for friendlies. So check your fire. Anybody home? You must be Dr. Thomas Horn. We're here to get you out.
I'm not sure that I should.
Doghouse actual to Greyhound 1. That helicopter is moments from your position. We need you to move.
Roger. We're loading up the asset now.
Oh, thank God. I mean, that's good news, Greyhound 1. They're scratching at the damn gates over here. The sooner you get him in the air, the sooner we can all get the fuck out. Now go!
I'm deconstructing it because I just don't have the influence to clean out the latrine. In Lifeline, you don't get influence for depositing things, but on the bright side, it doesn't cost you influence to get it back out either. Okay, we're about to head back. Let's read these messages. We found Dr. Horn's crash site and it's ugly, but until we find his body, we're holding out hope that he might have survived. Dr. Horn isn't at the crash site, though he had to fight most of his security detail. We're going to search the nearby buildings and try to locate him before the Zeds do. Dr. Thomas Horn is a specialist in disease mechanisms whose recent research could be crucial in our efforts to stop this outbreak. His helicopter crashed outside of Danforth, but he may still be alive. He has a PhD in pathophysiology, and he's a senior fellow at the Danforth Institute for Progress, possibly our last hope for survival. But with outposts guarding the ramps, I'm pretty much keeping hordes from moving around freely. She even unlocked the doctor.
Dust off in 2 minutes.
Where are you taking me?
Out of here. I mean, does it really matter?
We're taking you to HQ. Apparently your research is our best hope for curing this thing.
Let me spell it out. I'm infected. One of those things bit me. I'm a dead man. You're wasting your time.
I'm not here to decide who's a waste of time. I'm here to get you out.
What if I turn while we're airborne? Attack the pilot? Bring us all down? What good did I do then?
Hey, whoa!
My time is up. Use your helicopter to save somebody else.
Doctor, no!
So I guess we call off the medevac.
Dr. Horn is dead by his own hand.
Who gave that doctor access to a weapon?
We have a lot of dead soldiers here, sir. We're now securing all weapons we can find.
Well, it's too fucking late now, isn't it? Why don't you just hand your rifles over to the Zeds? Save us all some trouble.
Sir, what's the plan now?
Just stand by while I unfuck this problem you created.
Sir, this entire area is exposed to the enemy. Our ammo won't last forever.
Shore up your position, soldier. Long as you don't fuck it up any worse, we can keep you supplied by air. Just stand by and don't let anyone else die. Doghouse out.
How bad is it out there?
Alright, well that's unfortunate because I was right about to build another one as soon as I get my influence back. But then I wanted to wait until the dialogue finished, but of course the game just wouldn't shut up. So let's do all this. Dr. Thomas Horn doesn't look like he's in the best physical condition, but if his mind is still sharp, he can still help pull us out of this thing. The outbreak condition in Indianapolis has worsened to critical. Medical facility at Indiana Convention Center is at 210% capacity. Dr. Horn is dead by his own hand. He was my responsibility, but I didn't see this coming. He seemed convinced that he was going to turn and that putting a bullet in his head was the only way out. Dr. Horn was a research scientist whose work might have been able to help us fight this outbreak. Now he's dead. And I think Martin's going to be like sick for the rest of the game because this game doesn't really have time pass in the same way. So I may just be stuck with this guy a second. He may end up getting the rest of my team sick. I hate that. I hope that doesn't really apply in State of Decay 2. Also, we need wooden spoons to complete the kitchen. Really? Of course, he's also making our food. Now that would make sense why we would get sick. But no, it would happen not regardless of what actually is going on. Yeah, I just didn't have the influence. I'm at 2 influence right now, and I brought home a lot of different materials. And I have this equipped so that way when she's at the base, she can defend it with the grenade launcher. This mission actually took me 3 hours. But that'll be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching Tran Wins State of Decay Lifeline. See you next time.